Nebraska's two best commits have been balling out throughout their high school football season. None other than four-star quarterback commit Trae Taylor and four-star DB Odem. They have been putting on a show. So in today's video, I'm going to give you my live reaction to the best of the best, what they've been doing over these past couple weeks. What do we have in store as Husker fans? And everything else you need to know. So really quick, this is a fun reaction video. Hit that like button if you're fired up. And also, if you're a diehard Nebraska fan and you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for daily content, talking your favorite team, talking Huskers? It's no brainer. It takes 2 seconds. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, we have a lot to talk about, reacting to both Trae Taylor and Odem's best highlights throughout their high school season so far. Let's get things started with Trae Taylor because he has been on a different level. I want to start things off with this clip that was posted by Tim Verghese just a couple days ago. This is arguably Trae Taylor's best play that he's ever had throughout his high school career. Let's just show this to you. So it's 4th down and 9, rolls to the right, rolls to the left, evades a couple men, throws all the way down the field in stride off his back foot for the touchdown. That was unbelievable. And I'll show you that once again. So pressure's in his face, steps up, evades to the left, shakes up a man, throws off his back foot, literally about 50 yards in the air, in stride nonetheless, gets it for a touchdown. That really shows you the level of play that Trae Taylor's playing at. Not only are his progressions elite, not only does he have great accuracy, but he can make plays off script with his legs, with his feet, and you saw that there, getting outside, throwing a guy in the numbers. Unbelievable. Now, this was early in the season, I believe his first game of the year, and you see his legs right off the bat. That's something that I've been very impressed with when it comes to Trae Taylor. He's shown the ability a lot more this season that, okay, when nobody's open, he's going to step up. He's going to make a spin move right here. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to get a couple extra yards. So I know a lot of us like to talk about the arm talent all the time, and that's valid, right? Again, he is very speedy, or excuse me, he has great arm strength, great accuracy. But again, you look at the speed. Look at that. Get an extra 20, 30 yards. So he is dual threat, but he's that type of dual threat where he's not a run first type of guy, like it may be a Logan Smothers, Adrian Martinez, Luke McCaffrey, like we've had in the past, Taylor Martinez. He's still pass first, but man, if you need him to go out there and run on a read option, a zone read, or even, again, if the play just breaks down, nobody's there, he's going to make some out of nothing. And then going on to some of his other clips, this was chopped up, posted by him on Twitter, just what he's done so far throughout various games. That was a tight spiral in the middle, right on the money. Go this one, a little play action here. Clean pocket, steps up now, goes, rolls to the left. Oh, this is the same play. Man, that's even more impressive. That's even more impressive when you look at it through that angle. Okay, that's the toughest throw you can really make. Another play action, rolling to the left. Another one off his back shoulder. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Throws it in a bucket. Back pedals again. Look at that spiral. So again, look at that. The accuracy has been unbelievable. And then, showing you this one too. This was just 2 weeks ago. Play one of the better teams in his conference. Beautiful back shoulder fade ball to the front of the end zone, right by the pylon. Another one, diving grab, nice catch. Ooh, he got a little bit lucky there. He got a little bit lucky. That was tipped, but still caught. Okay, nice precision. Again, that bowl actually has just been phenomenal, too. That's something where even Dylan struggled at a little bit in high school, where Dylan, when thrown over the middle, he'd loft that ball in there. He'd try to lead his receiver. Trae, he's just bowling in there, right? He doesn't care how it gets in there, but he's trying to get it to his wide receiver. Dylan sometimes will lead him a little bit too far and get picked off or be inaccurate. And once again, you see that speed. And we were watching him just a couple days ago on our live stream, and man, again, same deal, right? He was just dynamic, but also he's a very smart quarterback. I know we see all of the highlights and we see the arm strength, we see the speed, so we think he's making big plays every single time he touches the football. He's such a smart quarterback. He takes what the defense gives him, even at the high school level. So, even if there's a risky play down the field for 50, 60 yards, he's not going to hit him if it's double covered, whereas he's going to find the open man maybe for a check down that'll be an easy first down. And a lot of times, again, that's what really separates the good from the great, especially in high school, because these quarterbacks sometimes a little bit too prone to throwing up 50-50s and getting picked off. So that's what has been Trae Taylor's best games over these past 3-4 games so far this season. Now I want to show you guys Odem, the Huskers 4-star corner commit coming out of Orlando, because he's been playing at a different level. I just want to show you these highlights so far this season. Again, he's only played 4 games, But just a couple games ago, he had 3 interceptions in one night. That's his first right there. Jumps the route in press coverage. That's a hard ball to pick off. Here, once again in man coverage, he's one of the stickiest man coverage corners in America. Great technique. Nothing there. Nothing there. What can you do? Same deal. Man coverage, great technique. You see the great speed. Look at the height, too. He's a tall corner. Yeah, not today. It's a physical play. Always chopping out that football. So this is the same game that he has his first interception. This time a jump ball. Goes up and gets it. Says, hey, I can play receiver too. I'm going to high point it. He high points it. So that's his second interception in one game. I believe he had one more that'll be in this highlight reel. And look at the TFL, bringing down a big-time wide receiver. So again, not only does he have the man coverage skills, but he's not shying away from contact either. Once again, back in man coverage, one-on-one. Yeah, that's his third pick. And none of those are easy, by the way. None of those were gimmies. All those were jump balls, him going and jumping the route. The first one was incredibly impressive, where again, it was pretty much a curl route. He just went right back to it, picked it off, dived for it. 3 in one game, though. That's unbelievable. That's unheard of. And he's playing against some of the best talent of Florida. That tells you how good he is. Like, I'm of the belief, after seeing Dane Young within 3 or 4 games now, I believe he's going to potentially play as a true freshman in Nebraska. I think he could even start. And I know that sounds maybe crazy to a couple people, but that's how good he's been. He's one of those players where you're going to have to fight for him until signing day, because a lot of big-time schools are trying to flip him. Oklahoma, Clemson, Ohio State's been trying to flip him. But when, in fact, he does sign with the Huskers and he early enrolls and gets here in January, who's going to beat him out in the secondary? There's a lot of bodies, but there's not a lot of people who already have this technical skill of man coverage and are as physical as him and already playing against that good of talent. Again, that's him against IMG Academy, one of the best high schools in America. And also should be mentioned, I think the secondary might lose a bunch of guys in the portal too. So again, he might not have as much competition as maybe we think. Nice tackle, man coverage. Yes, nice cut tackle. I don't mind it when corners go low to get a tackle. I don't like it necessarily when they're going up against us and doing that, injuring our guys. But on our team, I don't mind if one of our corners is going low, going for the knees, going for the ankles. Especially when you're a smaller player, right? Not necessarily like a linebacker, but if you're a corner, you got to bring them down any way necessary. But again, this is just dominant. You will be hard-pressed. You can go and look at 5 stars all around the country. You will be hard-pressed to find another player like him who's this technical, man. Now, obviously, the big con is we haven't really seen him in zone. His team doesn't really play zone coverage. And we know at Nebraska, we run majority zone coverage. So that'll be definitely a learning curve. But you can teach zone. You can't really teach man as easily. If you don't have the chops to play man, you know pretty early on, you're just not going to be a very good corner. So anyways, that was Danny O. I just want to show you guys that because that was unbelievable. And then real quick, I just want to show you guys really quick Ahmad Hudson's highlights. Now, this is somebody obviously we know is our biggest target in the class of 27, 5-star tight end. I just want to show you guys just a couple real quick. This was his first game back from injury. Look at that. 6'7" tight end who runs like he's a wide receiver, goes up and mosses a guy. I mean, that's the easiest play call as a coach, as a quarterback. Like, hey, if Ahmad's in one-on-one coverage, just throw it up to him because he's going to come down with it. That's crazy, man. I'll show you one more of Ahmad here. And again, we talked about Ahmad in a recent video. It's going to be us or LSU. Right now, it does look like it will be LSU, but again, it's going to be a long way till sign day for him. Just because it looks like it's the Tigers right now does not mean it's going to be by the time we get to not this December, but next December. Dude, I'm telling you, the camera work has not done him justice here, but again, he's getting open. I think we'll play one more. Here we go. One more clip of Ahmad Hudson before we get out of here. Look at that. I think that was the same play, actually. That was the same play. All right, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below about everything. Trae Taylor, Danny Odem, a couple other players you're excited to see in the future. Again, talking about some of the other recruits real quick. Again, Torrey Pittman got a big win. I don't know if you guys saw that. We were reacting to it on live stream, but Central played Westside, one of the best teams in Omaha. They got one of the biggest upsets we've seen in the past decade. Torrey Pittman balled out. A couple other players, and Larry Miles has played well. I've really been diving into Jabari Watkins, our brand new 4-star wide receiver commit. He's been playing well in Georgia. So again, a lot to be excited about, but we got to continue to add some big bodies to these recruiting classes. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Hey, if you made this far, hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, it's going to be great. Go my roll, and I'll see you in the next one.